Hello, this is Ethan. I'm doing a little intro to the podcast today because things didn't exactly go as they were supposed to. As some of you probably know, we live streamed this podcast, and I thought it might have a couple errors. We had a bit more than a couple errors. There was a lot went wrong. But I still think this podcast is worth releasing because we had a really good conversation with John from Asthmatic Kitty, and there was some really good insight, and we had some fun, and I think it was generally good, except for there was some bad. I think the good outweighs the bad, though, and I think this is definitely worth posting out into the interwebs, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope there's not audio issues, because I know a lot of people were complaining about that in the Twitch chat, and yeah. This podcast is a lot of fun. I like doing it, and I like you guys, and I like the listeners. You guys are really good at community. So yeah, I'm kind of rambling here. I am super tired, and it's only 10 o'clock at night, which is kind of sad. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Thanks.
Where's the intro?
Oh, I can't do the soundboard. I told you that.
You can't?
Wait.
You can't do the soundboard?
No, because the way I'm routing the audio was the same way I'm routing the...
Oh, okay. Let's see. So pretend there's the intro. It's like...
We just play the intro to I'm in it.
Yeah.
It works too.
Alright, everyone. Okay, hey everyone, Matty here. Matty. Shut up, Jeremiah. I'm trying to do the intro. Hey guys, Matty here, aka IG. Welcome to the r/Indieheads podcast. I am your host. I already said my name, and so let's see who's on the podcast this week. We have a large cast.
Ethan, Eon997, your technical host of the evening.
Yay.
Hey, I'm Alex. I'm Tati SMG on Reddit.
Nick, we have herpes on Reddit.
What?
Oh,
wait, is it my turn?
Hi,
Telegram on Reddit.
Who's going next? What are we doing?
I'm Jeremiah.
Okay, and our special guest tonight is...
I'm John, Asthmatic Kitty, and I also have a normal Reddit name, and that's Beeler space.
Yay. Alright, so...
Thanks, guys.
Of course, we have our special guest, of course, John here, who is the project manager at Asthmatic Kitty Records, correct?
Label manager, project manager, projectile manager, it's all appropriate. Assassin.
What's a projectile manager?
Nice.
I kind of feel like I know what a project manager is, but what's a projectile manager? Like, are you supposed to, like, if, like, Sufan, like, throws, like, some food at you, are you supposed to, like, catch it?
I aim things at people and then fire them. That's my job.
Oh, true.
Oh.
So you're in charge of the anti-ICBM missile, like, shooting things. Okay.
That's what I do. Yeah, I'm basically,
that.
like, the turret is my office. Like, this is my home, but my office is actually, like, the Star Wars Millennium Falcon turret. So it's
True.
Okay, so
okay.
my dad wants me
When
to
I was
show
a
off my
kid,
armor plates.
when I was like 5, that scene scared me, and I couldn't watch Star Wars because of that scene. Like it was the scene where they're inside the things, like pew pew pew, and they're shooting the whatever they're called. I just couldn't watch that. I was so afraid.
lasers.
It was so scary to me. And then I tried to watch it when I was like 7, and then I got scared of the part where they're inside the like trash compactor because of the time
It's intense.
goals, and I was like, and then in the final scene, and then I watched it like 2 years later when I was 9, and then the final scene where it's like the big fight, like everyone was dying, and I was getting really sad. So I didn't actually finish the movie until I was like 11.
Mm-hmm. Okay, anyways, on
That's
the
the story of
news.
me watching Star Wars for the first time.
Okay, anyways, on the news. We have a bunch of album announcements this week. Blur announced The Magic Whip, which is their first album in over 10 years. It's coming out April 27th and also on the 28th. I think it's like a US and then international release. They also released a single called Go Out. Best Coast announced their new album, California Nights, which is coming out May 5th. Sunstone announced his follow-up to Benji, Universal Themes, which is coming out June 2nd. Django announced Born Under Sun, which is coming out May 4th, and they also released a single called First Light. And Mets announced their second album, Mets 2, which is coming out May 4th, and they also released a single called Ace Tate. And I think they're going on tour with Fiddler.
Yeah.
Again, I can't confirm that. Oh, they are? Okay. So of all these releases, which one are you guys most excited for?
Blur. They're
Blur?
the best band on the list. They're most consistent band.
Oh, all right.
I'm probably more excited for Sun Kill Moon's album because I've never listened to Blur. So,
Oh God.
and I like Benji a lot. Oh, we got a little bit of echo.
What?
No, it's gone.
Someone
Sorry.
mute their.
My fault.
Yeah.
Freaking Alex, goddamn man. Yeah, but I like
Sorry.
Benji a lot, and I'm getting ready to get into Sun Kill McDonald's and like Birdhouse Painter's album and whatnot. So I should be listening to that soon. So what about the rest of you guys? I think most of you said Blur.
Or I just said it very loudly.
So what about
I
you,
don't know.
John? Which one are you most excited?
I'm just really excited to see who Sun Kill Moon's going to insult on the new album or at their.
We're gonna get War on Drugs, Suck My Cock 2, Electric Boogaloo.
And we're gonna get. I'm actually featuring on the album. I wasn't supposed to tell you guys this, but because when it goes circle,
Is
I'm
an
actually
extended
featuring-
version of your diss track
of
to
the
Nick and AJ.
the AJ and Nick diss track. There's an extended version. He actually gave me a call after the song got dropped, and he was like, "Yo, Jeremiah, I like what you did. That was very personal, that diss track." I was like, "Thank you, Mark Kozlik." And he phoned me up. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna fly you out to Hawaii. We're gonna work on this together." And so I'm actually in Hawaii right now, working on the new Sun Kill Moon album.
Nice.
Like Kanye, right? Okay,
Same
wait.
studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about it for album announcements. I was reading through one of the threads, like the threads where like people were talking about like lyrics that were used constantly, and Best Coast came up a lot. It's like I wish they would stop mentioning like California and whatnot. Does anyone listen to Best Coast can confirm the cliches?
That was pretty.
They're super boring in my opinion. So yes.
I looked up their lyrics.
Did not hear of them until this week.
I just find their music to be super.
Someone's tapping away. Ooh.
You didn't
Must be Nick. Yeah,
Oh,
that's anyway. So, okay, on to the next news event. Passion Pit released 2 singles. One called "Lifted Up" 1985, and 1985 is in parentheses because art. And they also released the "Where the Sky Hangs." Did anyone listen to either of these songs?
I listened to both of them.
Yeah.
They're good.
What did you think?
They're both really good.
Good?
I mean, they're a bit calmer than.
And we're
The
done.
second one was a bit
I
better.
love Passion Pit. I didn't listen to him though. I don't know why.
Nick, what
I
about
think,
you?
also, I think I read the 1985 as a tribute to his wife or something. That was when she was born.
Oh, Nick, did you say you listened to it?
Actually, yeah, I've never listened to the Passion Pit before, so I just checked it out because I wanted to see because it was just on there, and I was like, okay, I'll just listen to it. I'd never heard of them before. I don't know they're how reputable they are, but I thought the second one was a little bit more interesting. I just thought it was a little. I mean, the first one kind of not as interesting, but
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. The second one was a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, okay. The rest of us probably didn't listen to it, so
I did.
okay, on to the next news event.
Okay.
Oh, you
fine.
did, Ethan? You already said.
Yeah.
You said it was good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You want to say more? If you want to say more,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay. I do want to say more. I'm sorry. As they're quietly playing in the background.
Say more.
I thought they were a bit calmer than what I like Passion Pit to do, but I feel like they're good tracks. And I didn't listen to the lyrics much, but they seem like good poppy Passion Pit. It's just what you'd expect from the band at this point. Nothing too amazing,
so
but
apparently there's some
it's good.
echo according to the chat.
Yeah, I'm asking him if it's better.
According to the. Oh, okay. Okay, on to the next news event. We have Sleater-Kinney. They released a Bob Burgers crossover music video for their song "A New Wave" off their new album, No Cities to Love. You're a big Bob's Burgers fan, right, Ethan?
Yeah, I love Bob's Burgers, and I love this video, and I love Sleater-Kinney. So it was perfect intersection. I think Bob's Burgers is hilarious, and I love the little scene in the video when they cut to Bob and Linda just downstairs, and the dust is falling down from the ceiling, and I thought that was hilarious. I laughed pretty hard at that. It's a fun video. It's not like anything that inventive, but I mean it's a nice intersection between music and I love TV and I love music. It's a nice intersection that they're doing.
And this isn't the first time that like Bowser they've done like indie music videos. I think they did one for Saint Vincent. There's probably a few others I'm missing, but I think they've done it for a couple of people. I think they
The
actually
National have done like several.
National.
Oh.
I have a
they've
story
done
about
several.
Bob's Burgers, and I remember when it came out. I think the pilot was put on for free on iTunes, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll check this out because I liked Family Guy and whatnot at the time. And then when I watched it, I was like, oh, this kind of sucks, and I stopped watching. And that's my story.
You should
And it
watch
must
it.
have gotten better because a lot of people like it now. Yeah,
It's,
I just like that first
Good
episode.
story,
was
Matt.
it's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
should watch it. Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's really funny and a lot of cool guest stars and really consistent writing week to week. There hasn't been a bad episode really, in my opinion.
Oh,
Okay.
apparently my mic's bad, so hold on a
Yeah.
second. I'm gonna unplug my mic, and you want to say the next news event, Ethan, while I fix my mic?
Sure. The next news event was Father John Misty covered Heart Shaped Box by Nirvana. So, Jeremiah's gone. So I don't know.
Okay,
Did
yeah.
anyone else listen to it? Because I
What,
didn't.
the-
I listened to the first like minute, but I'm not.
Of what?
The Father John Misty Nirvana cover.
Oh,
I like-
Oh, the
yeah,
Heart-Shaped
you must
Box
have
cover.
left it in here.
Yeah. So did anyone listen to it?
What'd you like about it?
I listened to it, but I don't remember a single detail from it. It was good, I think.
All right. I mean, it was just kind of.
I don't really know why this isn't in the news, honestly.
I can't
It's
hear
not
you,
really
Matty.
important, in my opinion.
It was.
Yeah, it's
Why
kind
did
of a
we
weird.
put this in here? Like, was it Jeremiah or?
I put it in there. It's kind of a slow news week, I guess. So I just kind of picked like the top stories. Let's see, is my mic working, guys?
Happy Valentine's Day. Sounds fine to me now.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. None of us listened to it. Not even Jeremiah, the who
He's.
follows the prophet of Father John
No,
Misty.
it's because he was getting soup.
Okay, he actually just got back.
Okay, let's ask him.
He's getting soup.
He was carrying a bowl.
I
Let's-
think he said earlier he didn't listen to it.
Okay. What is he doing?
Oh, Jeremiah, cool guy Jeremiah.
What did you just?
He's got to leave to get his
Jeremiah.
soup.
Yo, I'm back, guys.
Did you get soup?
What's up? How you guys doing? I got gluten-free chicken nuggets. I don't know if you can see them.
Ooh.
Gluten free.
Like, it's
Oh, man.
absolutely
You
disgusting.
freaking
I-
hipster. You
I can
freaking.
taste club. I can taste club. Okay.
Jeremiah, did you
So
listen
what
to,
happened?
to the heart-shaped box cover?
I did not, actually.
You're not.
Okay.
Okay.
What happened?
On to the. Can we
Are
go?
you alright?
This is.
On to the next news event.
I'm not a big Nirvana fan, so I was just like, yeah.
Oh no!
But
Looks like
you're a big Father John Misty fan, right?
I am. You're right. I'm gonna listen to it eventually.
Okay.
Okay, anyways, okay, on to the next news event. We have, Modest Mouse released a new single from their new album called The Ground Walks with Time in a Box. Did anyone listen to it?
Wait.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh.
Yeah?
Yes.
I listened to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You listened to it. What did you think of it?
Sorry. Well, like, okay, I thought it was one of the better tracks that they've put out recently in terms of, like, instrumentation and stuff. Like, they had some cool stuff going on with the guitar. Like, Isaac Brock's voice that just really bugged me. Like, the way he was singing. I don't know. I've never been a big Modest Mouse fan, though, so...
Yeah, I didn't listen to it.
Someone made the comment that he sounds like Weird Al, which is actually pretty true. He sounds like Weird Al in the song. Legit. And, but the song is really good. I mean, if you can get over the fact that he sounds like Weird Al, even if that bothers you in the first place. If it bothers you, you could just imagine that it's Weird Al with a guest appearance on a Modest Mouse song, which could make it better. I mean, that's just what your vote.
I'm still holding out until the album drops to listen to most everything that they've dropped so far. Because I feel like what I've heard from like Lampshades on Fire, because it's obviously not very similar to anything, or it's not very similar to the earlier stuff. They're great stuff. I'm just gonna wait to hear it all in context. Otherwise, I might, because I don't really want to form any opinions about it, whether or not I like it or not, based on listening to it, if you know what I mean. Like, I want to hear it in
Yeah.
context of the album. I feel like do that. Go.
Okay. Wow. Well, okay. Anyways, let's see. Should we do our first giveaway before we get into the next topic?
Sure. Let's do it.
Oh,
Okay.
first giveaway.
First giveaway.
Go on.
What do we want to give away, Jeremiah?
All right,
Okay.
team.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start
You-
with great album. Just got this on vinyl. Special Vinyl Me Please edition. Perfume Genius 2 Bright, one of my albums of the year last year. I think a lot of you guys like that too, right?
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yep. Fantastic album. Amazing album, even. So this is good. We're going to give this away. How are we going to give it away?
Let's see. Let's see.
Twitch
we want.
chat.
Let's see.
but
Okay, how are we
what are we
gonna
gonna
give this
ask?
away?
All right,
Let's see.
whoever drops the most kappas per second wins.
Okay,
No,
since
no,
we're gonna
no.
for our next topic, we're going to be talking about what? No, what?
Oh, I was
Who's
saying
giving it
no
away
to
first?
no to his
Oh yeah.
suggestion.
What? Of
I'm-
what? My
This is my
suggestion.
bug.
What? Okay.
Okay, this is the,
Let's.
this is a disaster.
Yeah. I think internet's lagging or something because I'm getting some
Good
weird.
thing this is live.
Okay, let's. How about
Okay, does the chat keep cutting out for everyone else? 'Cause-
the chat?
Yeah.
The chat of what?
Matty?
Those are laggy for me.
I think it's because we're.
I feel like
all
if
trying
we ditch video, and just talk.
No,
but-
we have to take a minute to appreciate how attractive I am.
I can switch to. Okay.
You give.
Okay,
You
I
had
have
like
it-
20 minutes.
I have an image I could switch to. I could just switch to the logo and we could all cut out a video, and it would still be something on the screen.
Oh.
No.
No,
I think-
listen. If we actually want this to not be like a total, totally terrible, then we should probably switch it.
Yeah,
We're
because
very sorry for these technical difficulties, everyone.
I warned about them. I said I didn't know what would happen, and this is what is happening.
I think we told everyone the stream could be fucked up.
So I
So
say,
yeah.
I say we all cut our video off, and I'll just switch to the logo.
All right.
Yo, look, Fang the Human agrees with me. He agrees. He knows what's up.
Okay.
Shout out to Fang the Human.
Okay, I'm out of video.
Okay. Now the logo should just be on the screen, which is just probably better.
Now. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
so how should we give away?
Okay. Anyways, I guess. Okay, we're gonna give it away like this. We're gonna be talking about the new Sufjan Stevens single called "No Shade in the Shadow of the Cross," and whoever gives the best head-related rating system in the Twitch chat, we will give it away to. Does that work, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sure. Twitch chat. Go crazy.
Sure.
Go crazy. Give us head-related ratings for the new Sufjan Stevens
Give
single.
us kappas.
Yeah. Give us some fantastic Twitch emote spams. That's really what I'm wanting right now. You know, like give me one of these.
Okay. Anyways, what do you guys think of the new Sufjan Stevens single?
I'm afraid to say like it was the best song ever because you know there's a person here that like works under the same label as him. Isn't it?
What were you gonna say, Nick?
I don't know. Well, like, can I just talk and say I love Sufjan Stevens and I love everything that he's done. And this is a good song. Like, it's not even bad. Like, it's amazing. I mean, it's not. I mean, no, it's not amazing. It's not like an amazing song, but it's like the thing when I was expecting when I heard that Sufjan was returning to a folk style was like the same stuff that like he was doing on like Illinois and stuff like that, where it's like really big, like, you know what I mean? Because the folk style that Sufjan has had before is this really like big, like grandiose, like I mean not loud, but there's a lot of different elements.
It's very
This-
cinematic.
Yeah, this song was really toned back, and I mean I guess it wasn't really what I was expecting, and it's not like it might not be the type of Sufjan folk that I prefer, because I think that the bigger Sufjan is a better Sufjan, but this is probably one of the kind of tracks that where it's a more emotional track, So the thing is, like, it kind of needs to be toned back. And I guess that kind of makes sense. But I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel kind of critical now, and I didn't expect to really. Like, I was expecting it to be like the best song ever or something like that. But it was actually. I mean, I don't know. I got really hyped up for best Sufjan, like new Sufjan Stevens songs, and it was kind of interesting how he's returning to his folk style that he has done before. But I don't know. Maybe I just like a bigger sound, I guess, than the more toned back style.
I mean, I came into it having read the Pitchfork article and like knowing I heard it's supposed to be very minimal, and that it's definitely a lot less. It's definitely much more toned down compared to like Illinois and Michigan and everything. So, I was ready for like the very minimal and very like stark and just like his voice and like the guitar and then like the sound of a fan in the background. I was ready for that, and it was good. I enjoyed it. It was really dark. I read the lyrics, and it's very dark. There should be on Pitchfork. It's good. So I'm actually really excited for this album. I'm seeing him in May, although I'm not exactly sure. Like, if this album is really heavy, like it seems like it's going to be, I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna play out. Him playing live with this album, but anything could happen.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Nick. Like, did you read the Pitchfork article?
I didn't read that, but I'm assuming that might help me.
Yeah, it adds a bit more perspective to the song.
Yeah, that might have been one of the reasons. I don't know, but
because the album, again, from what Sufjan said about it in the Pitchfork interview, it's a very personal album. It's basically about the death of his mother, and like, so I imagine what the rest of the songs are going to be very more toned back and not really wanting to go for like a grandiose feeling and just being a more like personal album, just kind of detailing his loss and just sort of his thoughts and feelings during it.
I remember in the Pitchfork article it mentioned like he was doing self-destructive things, like he was doing drugs and like one-night stands and stuff, which is very not Sufjan Stevensy to me. So like, I am ready for anything.
Yeah.
This is going to be crazy good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I did really enjoy the new single. It's very, very personal. I'm very excited for the rest of the album. I think he's coming to St. Louis in like April, and I really want to go, but like tickets are like $50, man. Hey John, can you give me free tickets?
Worth it.
Is this your fun
Maybe.
Stevens? Maybe? Oh God, okay. That was kind of a joke, but
Everybody
hey,
listening.
John, I really love that new Sufjan Stevens song. Could
oh
you do that?
yeah, it's so good. I need it's so great.
Yeah, tickets are pricey on this run.
I think it's because I think they're normally like $30-something, and then like Ticketmaster adds like $12.50 to it, which totals up to like 50. Which is like
Handling fees or something.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm a fan of. Wait, did you say what you thought about it, John?
The song?
Yeah, try to be as unbiased as possible. Okay.
So this is not my favorite song from the record. There are probably 3 or 4 others that that I like a little better. But it is a great song, and it's when we talked to Sufjan about which single to go with first, he was pretty adamant about this one, and a lot of us were like, oh, I mean, there's not a lot of us anyway, but the couple of us that were part of this, we were thinking a couple other songs, but I think this was a perfect song to go with. It captures all the themes that the entire record captures. It's really short, which from a marketing perspective, it just means everybody's listening to it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And it is beautiful. It kind of sets the stage, I think, really well for the rest of the record, which is like poor production value, very sparse, and pretty raw. I mean, there's some pretty raw stuff in here. So it was the best song to go with, and I love it. I think it's a beautiful song. I think as far as like song craft, it's not the most amazing song.
Because it was recorded on like an iPhone, right?
Yep. Pitchfork was saying it was his office, but it was actually a hotel room in Oregon. But I mean, he used this app called 4Track, which is like this crappy little app but apparently can do amazing things.
Amazing things. We release great music.
Yeah. So yeah. So
I'm gonna make an album
I like
with
it a lot.
Yeah, because I know I think we talked last week about Gorillaz and how they made an album like on an iPad and no one really liked it that much. not saying that the new Sufjan single is bad. I've already said it's great. I love it, but is the rest of the album recorded on an iPhone or was it just this track?
No, there are 2 tracks that are kind of much more than demos, and then the rest. I mean, there's an inconsistency. Like when I shared this with Half Anna Cloud, who's kind of he's another artist on Asthmatic Kitty, and he was like, John, there's just this ambient hiss through the whole record. Did I get a bad copy? And I was like, no, it's just bad production, you know. But that's just because it was recorded in so many different ways, and I think it has a certain charm because of that. So, yeah.
So it's inconsistently consistent.
Right. Yep.
So yeah,
I think
This
it's
is a little bit of an
inconsistent.
odd question, but I know you said you're obviously like a very important person in Asthmatic Kitty. I was wondering, is the record or is the vinyl going to be single LP or double LP? Do you know?
It's single.
Yes. Good. All right. I'll be right back.
it's clear vinyl, right? I think it may be posted on r/vinyl a few
That
months
was like
ago.
a limited edition.
Oh, it's a limited
Just
edition.
a limited edition. I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I
There's
fell asleep before I could order it, and now I can't find it anywhere.
there should be record stores should have a bunch of copies. We pressed a tremendous 10,000 worldwide of the clear vinyl, which is a tremendous amount of vinyl.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and that's only a fourth of what we pressed, so it's a huge pressing press. We've never done this before, but yeah, it should be available in record stores. The clear vinyl for sure. So
Yeah, that'd look good to know. Hopefully I may pick it up. Hopefully when it comes out, if it's at my record store. But my record store is pretty. At least my local is pretty meh. Although I did get government plates there when it was during the Black Friday, which I'm very proud of getting that record.
All right, well, we were talking about Death Grips until now, Matty. Thank you.
Well, I'm getting ready to talk about Death Grip because it's on what I've been listening to.
Nice transition.
Okay. Also, before we get into what we've been listening to, we need to do the giveaway. So who are we giving away to? Well, Jeremiah's gone.
Has anyone? Oh, Jeremiah.
I'm back.
Jeremiah. Okay, who are we giving it away to, Jeremiah?
I am Macerigzig. IMACERICG. I'm Mr. Rig. Alright, so at first he was, I don't know what emoji that is, and then he was forehead, and then he was looks like
Broke back.
That's what that is. Anyways, that guy wins.
Yay!
All
I
right,
messed
PM
Send-
him the thing
yeah.
on Twitch or something.
Alright.
Yeah.
PM on
I'll
Twitch.
go-
You'll get a download code for Perfume Genius 2 Bright very soon.
Yay.
Yay! Okay. Anyways, on to what have we been listening to this week. I guess I'll start off. This week I listened to Death Grips, Word I Can't Say on the Moon. I think this album was very underappreciated when it came out because I think among Death Grips fans it's very loved, but besides that though, it's not really didn't really get critics were kind of either they ignored it, which I think I understand why they ignored it because it's only it's the first half of a double album and they had no idea when the second half was coming out. If they knew, maybe they perspectives would be changed a little bit. But I remember when this came out, I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my. I think it was it was the second Death Grips release I was there for, there for the surprise release. So I was extremely excited for it, when it came out. I was kind of whenever one of those albums surprise releases or whenever they leak, I get into I go into shock. I go into denial. I'm like, this can't be, even though I'm listening to it and it's very much real, I'm like, this can't be real, man. It just can't be real. It's not, oh my god. But anyways, onto the music. I think from a production standpoint, this is probably my favorite Death Grips release, but not overall. Just the production on this album is just insane. I love it so much. It's just the Bjork samples, and then the crazy drumming by Zach Hill, and MC Rise rapping, which is probably some of his best in terms of lyrical quality and whatnot. It's just it's an insane record, and I hopefully more people sort of appreciate it now, since we've been since Death Grips has been, playing us for a game with not releasing Johnny Death for so long.
Oh God. Okay.
And Bonnie, that's a good song, but that's not on the album I'm talking about, you
Who's actually
idiot.
doing that?
Okay.
It's John.
John.
Oh my god, you're so rude. He's our guest on the
Get
show,
off
and you're.
the podcast.
Goddamn.
Oh my goodness, Matty.
You're
Up my sleeve, up my sleeve. I take my life like I kept a bitch. Up my sleeves, I hold
I bet Anyway, okay, what do you guys think of this album? If you listen to it, or if you,
It's good.
John, since you're playing it right now, what do you think of it?
I think it's pretty good. I
Good.
haven't heard it actually.
There you go. It's got the seal of approval by John.
There we go. I am going to listen.
What about you? What about anyone else? What does everyone else think about this record? If you say you hate it, I'm gonna kick
Still
you.
haven't listened to it.
If you say you hate it, I'm gonna kick you off the podcast.
Well, it got like a 6 of 10.
Sorry, which record?
Word I Can't Say on the Moon by Death Grips.
Oh. Sorry, I had to leave. It's good. Like, I like it a lot. It was what I like. It was my entryway to Death Grips, I guess.
Oh Jesus, that's your entry.
I don't know. In
That's
retrospective, it's like maybe my third favorite release from them. But yeah,
I think it's my second favorite overall. Which again, when I think about it, like I kind of think like, at first I think The Money Store is my favorite. It's my favorite of all time, and I listened to the album like Word I Can't Say on the Moon, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is incredible. Like it's gotta be my favorite. And then Have a Sad Come plays, and I'm like, oh, now I realize why it's not my favorite, because I don't really like Have a Sad Come that much. I usually skip it now, just because it's way too long, it's way too annoying. It's basically just like having a sad come. It condensed into a song called Have a Sad Come. And then they made t-shirts after it because Death Grips are a meme. And yeah. But yeah, that's about it for Death Grips. Anyways, I listened to Beck Sea Change. I've been getting into Beck lately after the whole Grammys fiasco, and I guess this album kind of takes a big, sort of it strikes a chord with me because I recently just went through a breakup, and it's a breakup album. It's very sort of nice and very dark and moody and depressing, but also sort of hopeful at the same time. And also the album cover is really cool. And I like this album a lot. I like this album a lot. I wish you could play the soundboard because I sent you a sound clip, Ethan, of Cal Chuchesta.
Oh, yeah.
This next one's my favorite. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I have that on the soundboard. Next week when we don't do this live stream.
When we don't do a live stream. Okay. Anyways, also this week I listened to D'Angelo and the Vanguard, Black Messiah. I listened to it when it came out a few months ago, but I never really gave it a chance, I guess. Like, I never really gave it, like I didn't really listen to it that much, like, really getting into it. And I got really into it this week. It's a great record. The Angels was... I need to listen to Voodoo still, because I think I haven't listened to it, because it's, like, 80 minutes long, and, like, the tracks are sort of, like... Apparently they're, like, jam sessions, and I'm just like, oh, God, I don't have time to listen to this. And I feel...
Black Messiah was pretty hard for me to get into, because, as you said, it's really... D'Angelo's voice, well, not really, like, his voice, but, like... Well, yeah, his voice.
yeah.
You can't really understand what he's saying, like, at all. At least in the first.
It's weird.
Listen,
It's like
just like, all right, I don't know what you're talking about. Somehow this is very political. This album, I don't really know how it's political because I have no idea what you're saying. That one song, 1,000 Deaths, when it's not you talking, I understand what he's saying then. But I was like, I have no idea. Anyways, fast forward to a little bit ago. I was at my record store and I saw it on CD, and my mom wanted to listen to it. I was like, all right, Mom, I'm going to buy this for you. And so I did buy it. And she's been playing it. She's been listening to it a lot. And I've also been listening to it a lot because I've been hearing it. I've been listening to it with her. I mean, it's just getting better and better with every single listen.
What, Father John Misty?
No, Black Messiah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that one too, of course. But Black Messiah is just getting better and better with every listen. Like, I'm starting to understand more and more of what he says, Ain't That Easy is such a good song. I love the charade. Back to the Future is great, those two. And it's just like, it's a very, very cohesive album. It flows well. It feels great. It's so buttery. Like, woo! Like,
Buttery.
I'm dancing right now. You guys can't see me, but I'm dancing. It's just like that. It's great. I love the funk that he was going. I love the funk sound that he captured.
Yeah.
His guitar on that album is great. Like, there's so much. It's so good. So
It's a 10.
Going back to
Oh, I'm
going back to his voice, like that was definitely what made it hard for me to get into the album at first. Like, it's weird. It's like it's hard to grab onto it. You know what I mean? Like you
Hello?
back
Hello?
in the mix
Oh.
and like
did I just?
it's not. What? Can you guys hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah, you're back.
I dropped out, I
Okay,
think.
All right.
Yay, Skype.
Yeah, me too.
Yay. Technical difficulties, everyone. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, that's about it. What I listened to. Let's see. What have you been listening to this week, Ethan?
The first I have been listening to this is really annoying, I apologize.
Shout out to Jarvis Ravensburg because he asked for a shout out and you're taking forever.
Wait,
Shout
who?
out Jarvis Ravensburg.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
shout out to Jarvis.
I
Give us a
listened
Kappa.
okay. This was the album I listened to most of this week, which is called it's I can't pronounce it. I
The
can't
Meishi.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, the Meishi Hallelujah or
Okay. I started listening to these guys this week. It's an insane, crazy, weird album, but it's insanely good in my opinion. It goes so many different places, and I love kind of the super MIDI electronic stuff that they do. I also love the more like rock stuff they do. I love a lot of like post-hardcore noise stuff, so like this kind of fits into that. I think it's not a post-hardcore album, but it's kind of in that style. And when I mean post-hardcore, I don't mean shitty post-hardcore. I mean like good post-hardcore. So like it kind of is that crazy, weird time signature stuff, the kind of math rocky almost, but not really. And I think it's really cool. Some of the lyrics are really interesting about how they go into like biblical stuff. I thought that was cool. And yeah, it's a really cool album, and I'm excited to listen to it more as I discover it. The second album I was listening to was Trans Am, The Red Line. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's not for everyone. It's kind of a parody of a lot of like Kraftwerk and Led Zeppelin, a lot of like 70s rock, but I don't know. I think it's a fantastic album and not just a parody. I think it's a good musically. It's not lyrically it's stupid, but musically I think it's really interesting. It goes a lot of different places. Some of the tracks like Play in the Summer and I Want It All are just pure jams, and then some of the other tracks are a bit more like conceptual and weird. And I think that can be it's a really cool album. It's fun, it's silly, it's over the top, and it's really well done. The third album I listened to was Blur's Park Life. I listened to that today because of the new single, which I really liked. I had listened to Blur before, but I never really like put a lot of effort into listening to them, and I thought this, so I thought I should put some more effort. And this is a really good album. I didn't listen to it that closely, but I thought I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was interesting. It was poppy. It went experimental, but it goes a lot of different directions, and I can see why people think it's the best Blur album. I'm excited to listen to more of their discography. Yep.
Very British.
Yeah, it is very, very British. But I mean, I like a lot of British music, so like it's not
They're
bad.
part of the Britpop invasion, right?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
Like back in the 90s, they're part of the Britpop invasion.
Not invasion. That's British invasion. Two different things. I don't think there was a Britpop invasion.
There was like, there was, yeah, like Oasis and shit.
Yeah, but I don't think it was the same like as an
but it
invasion.
was really just Oasis. And
Yeah.
like
Well, again, I don't know shit because I
There
don't
was
listen to
another
Oasis or
band.
Blur, but that's what I assumed. Because
I-
I read things.
It's a really good album.
Okay, this
it's
is awkward.
yeah. So
Good album.
yeah, Alex, what did you listen to?
Okay, so before I start talking about this, I just want to say that you should completely disregard whatever I said last week about this mixtape because, last week Alex is stupid, he's dumb, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. But yeah, like I listened to the Drake mixtape more, and I really like it now.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, Know Yourself is maybe my favorite Drake track.
Oh god, that beat drop.
Flat out.
I was
Yeah, and,
running
like,
through the six
just, like,
with my woes.
woes.
You know how this should go.
Yeah.
I saw a vine of a guy listening to it for the first time. He was like, "Oh shit, my dick just got hard, dude." And that's.
But yeah, I just really like how, like, it just feels like he's taken, like, his ethereal production to, like, the extreme on this mixtape, and, like, I just think it's really interesting, and I don't know, like, oh, and there are just really amazing parts, like, just snapshots of the songs, I guess, just little brief moments, like, the part when the beat drops out on Six God is a favorite of mine, and it's like kind of in the background, and he starts singing. I think that's really amazing. There are just a lot of amazing parts on that record. I don't know. Then I also listened to more I Love You, Honey Bear, but I'm not going to talk about that because Jeremiah did last week, and he did it
He kind
better
of went through
than I
everything.
will.
Jeremiah went on for like 20 minutes.
Literally, like, the best
Yeah.
song I've heard in, like, a long time, guys. Guys. I love you, honey.
I
guys.
actually agree with you. You made me appreciate it more. I don't
Album
know. And then yeah. And then I listened to Alopecia by Y. It's like, in my opinion, it's an indie classic, but like, whatever. And like, I don't know, it's just a really good kind of like alt-rap, alt-rock album. Like, there are a lot of really interesting lyrics. Obviously, Yoni Wolf is a very like, Yoni Wolf is a very like, unique lyricist, and yeah, it's just very like, kind of, God, I cannot think of things. It's very, kind of out there. It's like frank. It's, yeah. And then I listened to Pink Moon, classic folk album, really dark and kind of like, I don't know, I think it's perfect for driving around in the snow or just driving around in like early spring. But yeah, I've been doing that, so yeah, that was it for me.
I didn't even get to change
next
the
up,
picture. That was so quick. Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
does anyone have anything to say about any of the records I talked about?
If you're reading this, it's too late. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. The mixtape. I was a little sort of on it at first. I think I was like, oh, it's like a 7 out of 10. But like, after listening to it a bit more, it's like, holy shit, this is really fucking good. Like the production is throughout is really like Drake always has great production on his records. I don't know how he does it, but he has like just such a great production team like set up, and it's just like that always gives us like this really like good like vibe throughout the like all of his records. It's great. And yeah, that's the only one I can talk about is the Drake album or mixtape. Wow, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even give a shit. It's great.
We should.
It's Drake. It's Drake. You expect greatness with Drake at this point.
Yep. Can we do another giveaway now?
Okay, yeah, let's do another giveaway.
You guys are gonna like milk me for everything I own.
Yeah, Jeremiah, you
no.
fucking cow. We're gonna milk you.
I have something I can give.
Oh, you do?
There's something you can give. Da-da-da.
I have Weezer, the Blue album, that I got an Amazon. I got it off Amazon, so I got an auto rip copy. What should we give it away based on of?
Okay, whoever
based
can
on-
type the best whoever can type the most Twitch emotes in 1 minute right now will win.
All
This
in
is a
wait,
terrible
no,
idea.
that's a bad idea.
We're gonna
That's
flood
a
the
bad
chat.
idea.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah,
No,
don't do that. Don't do that.
I just wanted to happen.
Let's see.
Let's
Use
see.
it.
They can,
How about they review one of the albums we talked about so far using should we do the head thing again, or people
No,
weren't
yeah,
happy?
so
only
considering
one
all the
person
time-
did the head thing.
yeah. Wait. Well, we can do it again. Okay. So
Let's give an example of the head thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
my review last week, I Love You Honey Bear, was 2 giraffes with, let's be real, they have very long necks, very big, that means their heads are very high off the ground, right? So that's already big, that's already a big thing. Nodding very enthusiastically, which means they're going hard. So that's double the nodding enthusiastically, right? Because we have 2 giraffes, and then even times 4 because they're giraffes, right? So that's the kind of thing we're talking about. Giraffes.
Yeah. So whoever we've talked about a bunch of albums, whichever is the best, I will send my copy of Weezer's Blue Album, which is a great record. Everyone should know.
Actually,
Yep.
let's not make it to what we talked about. Just okay. So pick an album you've listened to this week and give a head related rating to it. So
I thought we
So
were
let's
doing
see,
albums we've listened to, but we could do that too.
no, let's just make it to what people in the
No,
Alright.
it doesn't have to do that.
just because it's a little easier.
Yeah.
So basically,
Okay, so
I-
say
I-
an album and then say an album and then say a head related rating, and then
because we're the Indieheads, all right.
yeah, that's why head related ratings.
See, my favorite album of all time is The Money Store. If I had to give a head-related rating system to it, I would give it a, let's see. I would give it a, let's see. You know the movie Scanners? I
Yes.
think it was back in the 80s. It's the, you know how the scene they're having some sort of mind off or some shit like that, and the guy's brain explodes? That's my rating for The Money Store. Is a head exploding out of, a head exploding.
Okay.
So it's perfect. So yeah, that's one example. So in the Twitch chat, give us your rating for that.
And I will give you Weezer.
Yay. I'm gonna give you Weezer the Blue Album. Okay, anyways, who is next on what we listened to this week? Nick, what have you listened to this week?
Alright, okay, so we'll start out with Liturgy Aesthetica. I'm just gonna call it Aesthetica because, I honestly think
I think that's how you pronounce it.
yeah, well, actually, Aesthetica, the word is spelled differently. There's, none of that THI, I think, or, TH. But anyways, this is, a black metal album, and it kind of got popular on, I don't know, some metal subreddits and Mute, because, I don't know, the lead singer of the band, made up their own genre for the album. I don't even. It's transcendental black metal, I think. They made up. The guy made up this genre, and it's called transcendental black metal, and it's it's just weird because he's I just thought that was a little bit awkward, so I decided to give it a listen. And also their album that they released this year leaked, and it got posted somewhere, and I was like, oh, maybe I should give those guys a listen now because I didn't listen to them originally. And I thought that this album was really, really crazy. And it kind of has some comparisons, some stuff in common with Death Heaven, probably. Death Heaven, that black metal with a bright. I mean, maybe not really a bright sound, but really compositionally kind of tight black metal. Where the thing that impressed me, I guess, with Liturgy is that all the members of the band are playing off of each other really well. Whenever there's a crescendo or a speed up or something, or a sudden moment where there's just blasting noise, they all are cooperating, I guess, with each other really well to all make that one really amazing musical moment happen. And I just think that's really cool. I mean, a lot of metal fans would probably dislike this for the same reason that they don't like Sunbather, just that, hipster metal label, where it's entry level metal for people that don't really listen to hardcore metal that often. But I actually thought this was a really interesting album, and I liked it a lot. And I really, I just noticed that they're at the festival, the Eau Claire festival. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eau Claire. I think
didn't notice
it's pronounced Eau Claire.
Eau Claire, yeah, they're at the festival, the Bon Iver festival, which is kind of awkward because the Bon Iver and this band are like polar opposites. So, I don't know. It'll be kind of interesting to check that out. All right, next album I wrote down is "Hello Everyone, Nice to Meet." Oh, by the way, the album cover for this is like not safe for work.
I found a censored version.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, I had some.
Hello,
That's going to be
everyone, nice
awkward
to
in my.
meet you.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Hello everyone, nice to meet you. We are Midori by Midori. Japanese, kind of like punk rock, jazz, fusion type stuff. I mean, this album is like crazy. Like it's totally intense, really noisy. I mean, the fact that it's in Japanese basically means nothing because you can just crank it up really loud and like listen to that like really noisy rock and the lead singer going crazy and she's like there's like different vocals like all on the same track. It'll be like really loud screaming and then like it goes to like really quiet like kind of like the typical. I don't want to say K-pop type singing because I don't even know if that's the right way to say it because like K-pop, I mean I don't even listen to K-pop, so I wouldn't know if that's like what it's singing, but it's like lighter, definitely a lighter singing style.
Well, let's ask the stream. Anyone who's on the stream that goes on mute, K-pop, what's it like?
That's actually basically sanctioned in one area, so I don't think you should.
No, there's always a K-pop. Whenever I go on mute, there's always a K-pop.
No, yeah, that's what
thread.
I'm saying. There's always a K-pop general thread, but like, I mean, it doesn't get a lot of discussion outside of that one thing. But like, I mean, yeah, this album's pretty noisy. I mean, if you like any like noise rock band with like a female front vocalist, you'll probably like this. Like that, I don't know, like Perfect Pussy is one noise rock group from like last year that released an album I could see being compared to this. The last album I wrote down was Mad Villainy by Mad Villain, classic. Here, wait 1 second. It's a classic hip hop group. MF Doom and Madlib work off of each other extremely well. I think some of my favorite beats on this album, if I had to pick a few favorites, I think Raid, let's see, Shadows of Tomorrow, All Caps, Rhinestone Cowboy.
America's Most Blunted, though.
Yeah, actually, I don't really.
Money folder.
That track is like, yeah, that America's Most Blunted. I think it's okay, but I think it might be a little bit like.
Bro,
I mean,
I hate Meat Grinder so much. I hate that song.
Oh no, Meat Grinder's beat is sick though.
No, beat's okay, but I hate MF Doom on that song because like he goes like out of rhythm sometimes. And it's just so annoying. Like I know his style is kind of weird.
It's called syncopation.
What is fucking pretentious ass? I don't know what that word means. Shut up.
It's true. Yeah, everybody knows.
It ain't a good song because Doom goes off the beat a couple of times and it just gets really annoying. But even though his rap style is kind of odd, like that's the time where it's like, okay, dude.
That happens all the time.
I know that's his style. His style is sort of like a little off kilter. It's a little off, off the beat sometimes. Where he goes really off the beat on that song, and I just don't like it.
Just because you're a plebeian doesn't mean you
Jeremiah, shut up! I'm not a plebe. I'm a true patrician, and you are not.
I hate you, die.
Shut up, Jeremiah.
Also, I have to profess my hate for Rainbows. I think that song is terrible. I hate it. I hate Rainbows so much. It's just annoying. I don't think that the hook or anything is like the beat is just kind of boring. I don't like the drain line or anything like that. I just hate Rainbows. It's just like not good. I mean, like I just hate that album. I just hate that song. Okay, I just need to
Mad Villainy. I like it a lot.
Mad Villainy is completely perfect to me.
There isn't a song I dislike. This is actually a really refreshing album for me, because I don't know why it just really like amazed me at how consistent it was, and how well like the I mean, like how there was basically no like bad songs on this, because like I don't know, that's just it for a long album. I mean, it's not long in terms of length, but there's lots of different like there's like 22 songs and they're all pretty short.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last one is Rhinestone Cowboy, which is like 4 minutes long. But I mean, to go that long and stay original with beats and stuff, I think Madlib gets a lot. I think a lot of the credit on Mad Villainy. It's probably not that big of a difference, but I mean, Doom gets a lot of credit for really really having great verses and stuff. But I think Madlib has some really awesome. Madlib has some of the best beats of his career on Mad Villainy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think that Madlib also needs to get credit because he is involved with a lot of projects where it's really long, and to be able to be a producer and do an entire album on your own is really special.
And with it still sounding interesting throughout the entire time, having one producer.
Yeah, exactly. Like Pinata, on Pinata too. I mean, that's actually a pretty long hip hop album. It's maybe 40 minutes or something. I don't remember exactly.
Well, 40 minutes is pretty short for an album.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah.
for most hip hop albums, it's not the same producer the entire time.
That's true.
And I mean to be the same producer throughout the entire album is pretty crazy. It's actually an hour. It's actually an hour long.
Mm-hmm.
Pinata. It's an hour and 6 minutes long, and he produces the entire thing, which is really cool. And I think Madlib is a really really talented producer, and it's not like he doesn't get credit, because he does. He gets lots of credit, but I think that's one of the coolest things about Madlib is that he can hold the listener's attention with his production throughout the entire album that he produces on his own. All right, that's all I had to listen to, or I had to say about what I listened to.
All right, so
John's next.
John, before we go, we have to announce our giveaway winner. Okay, so Jarvis Ravensburg won Weezer, the Blue Album, for his rating system, I guess, for an album he listened to this week. Yay!
He was the only one who replied. So he won by default. I'm trying
Ethan will give you the download for it.
I'm working on uploading it.
Also, before we go to John, I guess for the giveaway for, actually, John, you can say it whenever at the end when you're done talking about what you listened to this week.
Yeah.
So John, what you listened to this week?
So I can do my giveaway at the end.
Yeah, after you're done talking.
Right on. Well, if I known that you guys had talked about Father John Misty last week for 3 hours, I might have added this one, but
Go ahead.
I love it, but I hate it, and that's how I feel about the Father John Misty character. I think that I love the earnestness and the honesty, but there's a sneer to it all. I feel like the album is that restaurant you always hear about where they throw rolls at you or insult you, and that's the shtick. I feel like that's the Father John Misty.
Oh, what's that restaurant?
It's I don't know. Doesn't every town have one of those silly restaurants where it's they make fun of you, and that's the whole. I feel like he's. Yeah.
No, it's called Dick's Last Resort, or at least that's what it's called near me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're
Dick's Last Resort.
they're just really rude to you, but that's why you go.
Yeah, I know. I don't like the idea of that. I haven't been, but I just think that sounds really not fun.
And I feel like sometimes this record's like that. It just feels kind of too self-aware, and
I think that's
but also lovable. I don't know. So,
Is it the equivalent of let's see, I'm trying to think of, it's the equivalent of one of those movies, I guess. It's oh, guess what? This happened in that movie.
Airplane.
Yeah, not one of the shitty ones, Scary Movie, but the better ones.
I mean, I feel like what you're talking about is definitely much more evident on his debut, and I feel like that's definitely the entirety of his debut. That's why I love this one so much, is because it's the characters. I love you, Honey Bear character. No, it's the Father John Misty character, but he's getting tamed by the fact that he is he's found this woman who has changed his life. Now he's okay, I'm a self-loathing narcissist who does bad things to myself, and I'm a druggie, and I sleep with a lot of women.
He's repaying for his sins.
and now I've met the love of my life, and that's kind of what this album is. It's like this. It's really, yeah.
It's
the
just
character.
it's sort of like it's like How I Met Your Mother, the album.
It's the taming of Father John Misty.
The Taming of Father John Misty. He's
But I
repaying
kinda
for the
feel
course of
like-
the prophet.
When I
Of course,
listen
involves
to it, I
drugs.
feel like he's playing a big joke on us, and he's the only one that thinks it's funny. But we're all
It's like,
buying
it's like
into
a big
it,
inside
you know?
joke between him and his wife.
Or not even
What
him
I
and his
feel like.
wife, maybe just him and his character. Like it's just
Well, I mean, some of the middle part of this album, I think, is the
Yeah.
most emotionally heavy of all of it. And actually, honestly, like, that's when his character becomes less of like hilarious. Like, like I Love You, Honey Bear. That song is ridiculous. Born in the USA. That song is also ridiculous. But when it's like the middle part, like Strange Encounter or Nothing Good Ever Happens to the Goddamn Thirsty Crow, Strange Encounter, and then Ideal Husband. Those three songs are where you stop, like, Father John Misty, the character, becomes Josh Tillman. Like, that's where the connection, like, they become, like,
One and
that's
the
where
same.
you start to see Josh Tillman. Yeah, as we see Josh Tillman start to come out and actually, like, embrace the fact that he is Father John Misty and that he's done all of these horrible things, like Ideal Husband especially. He goes so hard on himself. Strange Encounter is pretty freaking nuts because his antics almost kill someone, and he's like, oh my god. Nothing Good Ever Happens. He's he's objectifying his wife because people are hitting on him at the bar. He says, like, she gets down more often than a blow-up doll about his own wife, who he loves very dearly. So that's when it starts to become, like, that's when the whole ends just to blur between the craziness of Father John Misty, of that persona, and, like, Josh Tillman. And that's when you're starting to, like, oh my god, like, this is way more than a joke. This is some serious stuff that he's talking about. That's my take on it. Sorry, I kind of, like, completely took over because I love this album. It's like the Modern Vampires of the City for 2015.
God damn it! Even when it's not the main topic, you still go on like 20-minute rants about how
Sorry.
how great
All right, I'm
the
done.
album
I'm done.
is.
I'm sorry.
Oh god, but yeah, I love the record also. I love the record like I Love You, Honey Bear. Whoever
Nice.
you
Okay, there's
is.
someone
Nice.
there. The chat is saying there's a horrible echo. So just, yeah.
I'll quiet down.
Bet you didn't mute Twitch chat, did you?
I know I muted it.
No, wait, who's recording?
Me,
Who's doing the stream?
me, Ethan.
Did you mute Twitch? Did you mute Twitch?
Wait, is
No,
it
I
echoing
don't.
still?
I don't have Twitch open.
You don't even have Twitch open?
No, I have it on my phone. I have the chat open separately.
Okay, but are you playing it from your phone? Is it like playing sound?
No, I'm not playing sound. I don't hear it
You're
on
talking about
our
my mic.
end. I don't know because our call's fine. I'm wondering if it's some program I'm running here. Maybe if I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, let's just give up and go on. I just
It's not a good echo, and it's everyone echoing. We have to troubleshoot this.
All right, I think I cut out.
Might be iCause echo.
I just cut out.
God's echo. As long as the final result isn't,
yeah.
we'll be fine.
As long as the recording isn't me echoing.
I sound good apparently. So
All right, John, my
Yeah,
boy.
So am I echoing?
Finish your thought on "I Love You, Honey Bear," and you can. I won't interrupt you again. I promise.
well, I do love the record, and he's just so proficient at kind of taking kind of 1970 proto pop country and using that as a way to kind of express this concept. So you can't hate him, but he's like, I'll say this, and I'm happy to have comments, but it's kind of like the dude. It's like a dude walking up to you, and you're like, I love this guy, and then he walks away, and your wallet's gone, like, and you're like, that guy always stealing my wallet. That's
What a
what
guy.
it feels like. So, what a gosh. Ah, shucks.
He almost did it.
Did it
He almost did
again.
it to me today because I was at my my record store and I saw the Father John Misty. I saw it on Honey Bear on CD. I was like, oh, I should buy this. And I was like, wait a second, I'm getting it on vinyl in like a couple weeks, so maybe I shouldn't. So damn you, Josh Tillman, you sneaky little bastard. Also, am I still echoing, guys? Or am I good now?
According
No,
to
but
the
yeah.
chat, you are. According to the
God
chat.
damn it! It's probably my. It's definitely. Thing is, when I
You know,
unplug
I
my mic or I
actually
try
saw-
switching to my Mac mic, it like I can't hear you guys. Like the sound cuts off.
Oh.
Like I won't be able to hear you guys. So damn it.
So I
Sorry,
actually,
stream.
I actually ran into Father John Misty the other day at the grocery store, and I was in Los Angeles. He told him how cool it was to meet him in person, but I didn't want to be a douche and bother him and ask him for photos or anything. He said, "Oh, like you're doing now?" I was taken aback, and all I could say was, "Huh?" But he kept cutting me off and going, "Huh? Huh? Huh?" And he's closing his hand shut in front of my face. I walked away and continued food shopping, and heard him chuckle as I
reading
walked
from
off.
something. This is you guys.
When I came to face, well, thanks for like spoiling it that I didn't actually meet him, but I would love to meet him. And
What?
Josh Tillman, if you're listening
What?
to this, just call me. All right.
He's taking
Sorry, that was dumb. John, please continue. That was
Well, the other two on here, Viet Cong and the Sidekicks, are just kind of. I think the Viet Cong record is where Interpol should have ended up, and they just ended up being like a sad parody of the first record over and over, like trying to undo it. And Viet Cong is kind of where they could have proceeded to. It's just really distinct, but evocative of kind of 80s new wave, and I love it. And then the Sidekicks kind of take me back to like my college days, and it's it just sounds like early Built to Spill kind of stuff, and or like Tokyo Police Club, and it's just a fun record to listen to. It feels a lot of place
Hello?
because it's winter time and it feels like a summer record, but and I'm still listening to Sturgill Simpson, which is
I
a
cut
great
out again.
kind of Sturgill Simpson is this guy who did he's kind of like reclaiming country, like going back to the 60s when it was kind of a rebels game, and I just love what he's doing with country music, and it's super fun to watch. And I've just been having to listen to so much of this Sufjan record that that's basically all I do at work. So, so too much damn Sufjan. So that's my last.
is it my turn?
Hello? Hello? I think the call just cut out. That's fun. I don't know if I'm still on. I'm just gonna. Am I on? Am I on? Can someone in the chat confirm that I'm on? Can someone say if I am on, please? Hello? Hello? Okay, I am so music. No, I'm not gonna sing. I don't know what we're gonna do. Jeremiah's back.
You hear me? Am I live?
Yeah, you are back.
We're
If
back.
you can hear Jeremiah,
John's
do
back.
SM Orc in the chat.
Alright, I'm back.
SM Orc, we will never be subs in the chat.
That was
Hey,
I'm back.
we're alive. We're good.
yay!
Whose fault is this? It's Nick's fault. God damn.
God
Wait,
damn,
what just
okay,
happened?
am I back?
Anyways.
You guys hear me?
Now Matty's back, and I think John's back.
Yeah,
So
I'm here.
AJ being the wild card, sabotaged the entire operation, just like I sabotaged the Anthony Fontano podcast because I couldn't be there.
Yeah, I'm still mad about
He
that.
sabotaged it.
Wait, is anyone else on but you,
Okay,
Jeremiah?
is John
No.
back? John, are you here, buddy?
No, John's
What?
gone.
Let's do roll call.
God damn it, I'm fucking echoing still, fuck.
Uh,
God damn it, I might as well just
So,
shut up for the rest of the podcast.
Really, I'm not the echoer then.
oh, John's on because he's
Good.
talking in the chat. I'm
Yeah, I'm
changing.
on.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
Let's do a roll call.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm gonna change the
Jeremiah.
picture.
Ethan.
I am
Here.
here.
Ethan, are you here?
Yes.
Matt.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm gonna end the call real quick so I can Oh wait, if I end the call,
Wait, don't
we'll
end, don't end the call. Don't end the call. No, don't end the call.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Bro,
I know I can't, because I need to. But my fucking audio's messed up and I can't fix it. Apparently,
Alright,
because I have a big echo in my mic.
Yeah, this is a great podcast.
so
I think, yeah, I don't know. Can we even release this shit?
should I go get my guitar and sing a song for you guys?
No, how about...
I think this is turning into a late night podcast.
yeah.
Here. Yo, John, were you finished talking about what you're listening to?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so it's my turn. Nos wants us to end the call.
So it's just us four now?
God damn it, Nos.
Should I end the call real quick and then I can and then start the call again?
And I'm just going to be me
Yeah,
going
just end the
freestyle?
call. We'll
Okay, I'm ready to talk by myself. I'm going to
Yeah.
monologue.
play on it by Kanye West.
Alright.
No, I'm going to monologue. I'm
End the
monologuing.
call real quick.
Oh, wait, there's going to... Hello?
Okay, are we back?
Wait, can
Yeah.
you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay.
Alright, chat, tell me if I'm still lagging.
I switched computers.
Yeah, Matty, you're definitely the one echoing, by the way.
Ugh, god damn. I don't know how to fix it. Because when I try to switch to my Mac mic, I can't hear you guys for some reason.
Well, then, alright, what, because you're using the big mic, right? You're using a big one?
Yeah, I'm using my Blue Snowball mic.
Are you using speakers with your mic?
Speakers? Like, am I using my...
Are you using headphones, or?
Yeah, I'm
or
using
is it
headphones. I'm using
Okay.
headphones.
Okay,
I may try my phone real quick, guys.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
Should...
hold on a second.
John, did you finish your albums?
I did.
Okay. Oh, Jeremiah,
Okay,
you're...
Jeremiah, you go real quick. I'm gonna...
okay,
Yeah.
so, I
Uh,
started telling the story, and then we all cut out, and I was really sad about my life. So, about a year ago, I bought Daft Punk's Random Access Memory, right? So I've had this album
Yes.
for quite a long time, right? And then, like, flash forward a year, and I still haven't put it on my computer. And then I was looking somewhere, and then I don't know when I saw it, but it was like, and Panda Bear's on this album. And I was like, what? Panda Bear's on this album? So then I fished it out, I put it in, and I've been listening to it like whenever I'm not listening to I Love You Honey Bear or Dream Pop, I listen to this album. Like, this is really good. I love this album, and I don't know why I was sleeping on it. I owned it. It was on my desk, and I was just depriving myself of it. It is so funky and delicious and tasty and the music is your life. Give life back to music. Anyways, this is the best. This album is great. I don't know what I was doing with myself. I feel bad. I give this album 2 robot heads out of a non-robot. This is a great album. Fragments of Time, doing it right. The Panda Bear song is great, and I'm just embarrassed that I didn't have it sooner, and I feel dumb. Anyways, next item. I Love You, Honey Bear. I think we've talked about that a bajillion times. I got it on vinyl. Got the Vinyl Me Please edition. Oh, it's so cool. Okay. So it's a double LP, which I'm like, it's okay. I mean, it's acceptable. The sides are pretty good. It's clear vinyls for the Vinyl Me Please edition.
Wait, Jeremiah. It's not
No.
vinyls. It's not vinyls.
No,
We
I'm
gotta
just talking about. I got on vinyl. I'm just gonna tell you what.
Oh, I heard vinyls. I heard... No, I heard vinyls plural. That's not... I'm doing the vinyl snob thing. It's not vinyls.
You know what? 2 LPs. It's a double LP. They're both clear.
And they are
They play at
records.
45. They
They are
sound really
records.
good. You
I
know what?
really don't give a shit. I'm just messing with you.
My friends call me pretentious, and I'm not even being pretentious. Anyways, it covers great. There's listening instructions, which are hilarious and also bitingly accurate. Like the True Affection one, made me oh my god, made me think all of my life choices. It came with a note. It came with the note mentioned in Chat's lobby, the one that's stay as long as you like. I haven't left your bed since. That note. They made it into a print and included it with the album, which is really touching. I love it. It sounds great, and this album's my favorite. And this is probably going to be my album of the year 2015. I already know. This album is so good. And I think it's going to be a classic. Like 7 years down the road, we're going to look back on this album as like, this is a classic. Anyways, moving on. Next album, or next item, is Dream Pop. That's right. There's a band called... No, there's no band called Dream Pop. I've just been listening to a lot of Dream Pop. I've been playing, like, video games and stuff, and working. I've been playing at work. I've been playing Dream Pop. It's just good, you know? I'm listening to, like, Roman Ruins. Is this one dude. He's pretty good. Pretty indie. Youth Lagoon, got that on vinyl recently. Love that album. Like the lo-fi, dreamy, like so chill. Dude, that was so chill. I'm listening to what else have I been listening to? Oh, Sunny Day in Glasgow, which is kind of like it's not. I mean, it's a little bit more than dream pop. It's kind of like noise dream pop. Kind of. I don't know. It's great. I love dream pop. It's very chill. It's a very good genre. Of course, beach house. I'm listening to a ton of beach house. A ton of beach house, which is perfect snow weather. It's been snowy all week here in DC.
It has.
It's just crazy. I love Dream Pop a lot. Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper too, which is my other favorite album of 2015 so far. Like, that album blows me away every time I listen to it. Like, good stuff. I love Dream Pop. I'm gonna end it at that because I've been talking about Dream Pop for like a little bit, and it's kind of starting to get incoherent. So, Dream Pop. Great genre. Awesome. Moving on to the main topic. The interview with John Beeler, project and projectile manager for Asthmatic Kitty Records. Woo!
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 Thank you.
We get a 21 Kappa salute in the chat, please.
No.
You're all stuck.
Bang bang.
They're on a delay, so like they can't. We'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
It'll take a minute. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll head on back. Sorry for the echo, guys. Am I echoing in this chat at least?
No.
Not so
Okay.
far.
All right, fuck the stream then. Okay. Sorry for the stream. I don't hate all of you. Just, you know, live streaming is we're all very new to it, and tons of technical difficulties. I'm not even sure if we can release this because of like how many times we have to like stop and like okay, are we echoing, guys? This is just not gonna be fun to listen
Wait,
to.
did you unmod me, Ethan?
Unmod you?
Yeah. Am I still modded?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, we have John here from Asthmatic Kitty, and so basically, so of course I think we already see your job position, but basically, like, what do you do? What does the project manager mean, basically? Like,
Actually, I'm probably better classified as label manager, which just means I oversee the day-to-day operations of the record label, and so it can range anywhere from doing marketing planning to some days I am updating tour dates on Squarespace, and it just kind of depends on a day-to-day basis what I'm doing.
mm-hmm.
So you're the one who like organizes like the Mario Kart, Sufjan and everything.
Yeah. Wait, Mario Kart? I love Mario Kart, but I organize Mario Kart and Sufjan? Like,
yeah, you know, you
organize the office-wide Mario Kart tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Who does Sufjan play as?
He refuses to play.
We take a minute to point out, because Mario Kart 8 is so like ridiculously broken. No wonder he doesn't play it. I'm sure Sufjan is a very intelligent Double Dash player.
Wait, it's broken? This is the first time I've heard about it being broken.
Mario Kart 8 is way hard, okay? Look, you get hit once and like you lose all your momentum. You're done. You're out. Like, you're in first place, red shell, you're done. Bye.
So are you just saying that you suck, Jeremiah?
No, I'm not saying that I suck. I'm saying that physics don't exist in that game. Okay?
It's fucking Mario Kart. Do you expect to have realistic physics?
Alright, sorry, John.
This is supposed to be a professional interview.
I listen to that.
This is why I wasn't on the Fantana podcast.
Oh god. Anyways, okay, so my question is Sufjan as cute in person as he is in photos?
No.
Wait, Matty. Mike.
He has the most disgusting arm hair. I don't think he's like cute in photos, so that's just me. But his arm, his body hair freaks me out. Not that I've seen much of his body, but just the arm hair, it's frightening. It's like Popeye or something like that. Oh, that sort of reminds me. So the answer is no.
He's 19 person. That's disappointing, man.
Yeah.
That's very disappointing.
Sorry to convey that.
We should have been a lot more prepared for this interview because we were very prepared for when we interviewed Ludacris, who works at Jaguar. Like we had like questions ready, and this time like I was like, oh god, we were not prepared at all. We didn't. I'm like, I should have probably wrote down some questions.
This has been a train wreck.
It's a train wreck throughout. I don't.
Someone has not wearing headphones, and they should be, because I can hear I can hear audio from what I'm. Never mind. We're good now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh my god, this is a disaster. We can't. Are we even gonna release this?
I mean,
god.
I don't know.
I think.
It's been fun, but it's just kind of like audio has just been hell. Okay.
Yeah, I think what. I don't think we'll release this honestly.
No, we have to, dude.
I have some questions for.
Go ahead, Ethan.
John, how did you end up working at a label? Like, just how did that? Were you in? I can tell you're into music. How did you like end up working at the label?
So back in 2000 and maybe 5 or 4, a guy named Michael Kaufman. I met him. He moved to Indianapolis, where I live now, and he was at the time working part-time for Asthmatic Kitty. This was pre-Illinois. And he needed somebody to redo the MySpace page. So I redid the MySpace page, and it's exactly the same, like the same. I mean, now you know how they revamped MySpace, but if they hadn't, that's exactly how I would have left it back then. So, that's where I started, and then Michael left as label manager about 3 years ago. I took over. So just knowing the right person at the right time.
That's at least what I've heard. That's a lot of like music, or the music business is just knowing people.
So all about connections.
Mm-hmm.
All about connections.
Because I've learned that so far with music journalism is that like it's nice to be able to try to get as many connections as possible. Like try to make sure you know people who know people in high places. Like try to like right now I think I'm not using you, John. Let me just get that through. But being able to like interview like people who are pretty high up in the industry is always kind of good to have that like just like it's like I've experienced interviewing these people and whatnot. It's like I get cool guy points. I get yeah. But, okay, let's see. All right, let me try to think of a question real quick for you, John. Let's see. I think we asked this to Ludacris. Like, how does the label respond? Like, when an album leaks, how does the label respond to it?
Well, we don't really. I mean, we've been pretty locked down on the Sufjan record. We're using watermark streams right now, and we haven't sent out any physical CDs, which is where that leak usually comes from. Not all the time. I mean, the Bjork record leaked, and that was a pretty early leak. I mean, it's disappointing because it means less money for the label, but I don't blame anybody for downloading it. So it's almost like a force of nature. So there's not a lot you can really, you just kind of have to try and prevent it. And part of it too is just you want people to experience the record in the same way and at the same time. So it's always kind of a bummer when something leaks early. So, and we're probably preparing for that, which just means we build our campaign around when we anticipate the leak occurring. So it's a bummer when it happens, and but it always happens.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys planning on sending out promotional copies?
Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you guys planning on sending out promotional copies at all?
Yeah, we will, but it'll be, it'll most likely be, I think those are going out March 16th, so pretty late.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember. Let's see. Funny thing with albums leaking. Like I think one album. At least I think we were. I think last week we were trying to do a podcast with Anthony Fantano, but the audio got messed up and it's not going to be released because there's no audio. But anyways, we were discussing sort of like basically like responses to album leaks and like would it be would an independent label try to ever do a surprise release? Because we've seen major label artists do it, like we've seen Beyonce do it, and I guess Death Grips are kind of an independent artist, but they sort of do it a different way than like your Beyoncés or your Drakes, where they're putting it up on iTunes, and while Death Grips are just sort of releasing it for free for their fans. So do you think an independent artist will ever kind of do a release similar to how Beyonce and Drake have done their release?
Well, we did Sufjan's All Delighted People. We just flipped that on. That wasn't in response to a leak, but it was... I don't know. I mean, like Bjork did, right? So it leaked and Bjork had it on iTunes within a few days.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's... I mean, I'm not in their position, but if the Sufjan record leaked today, we just stay on target. It's not... Like, it's a bad thing that happens, but we're not going to... Sometimes you just got to stick to the plan. So... And if you make a big deal out of the leak, then it makes a big deal out of the leak. So sometimes you just got to pretend like it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, very
I have a
interesting.
quick question. This is actually something that I've been kind of curious about. How do leaks happen? Like, I think at first I always thought it was like someone's like, aha, I'm going to take this and distribute it to the world. But it's like, I don't understand why you would do that. Is it people hacking? Do people like hack into the accounts or hack into the computers and like take the files? Or what happens? Do you know what happens? If you know, tell me.
Yeah, it can be a number of things. Like most of the time, it is through press or promo CDs, and I think it's probably like an intern gets a hold of it, or if it's a big enough release, and a journalist might leak it, or something like that. The Bjork one, my understanding is like 4 people had access to that record and somehow it leaked. So that is definitely not the case of like a promo CD that goes out.
Yeah, because I mean, with the Bjork CD, the reason I think it's a hack with like the Bjork one is because it got announced and then it got leaked like immediately afterwards. So I feel like I guess someone like must have been like, "Oh, Bjork announced her album, time to go hack into it and get it." So do you think that's what happened, or does that?
I don't think it was a hack. I mean,
I've heard that Will Indian is pretty bad when it comes to leaks. Like I've heard like a couple of rounds have leaked like really really early, like before. I think like Volta was put up on iTunes like a week or 2 early, instead of like coming out like on like a normal time. So I've heard there's like issues with her record label.
The Bon Iver record leaked because iTunes. I mean, this was iTunes accidentally put it up early by accident for like 4 seconds, but it was long enough that people snagged it, and that's how that got leaked. So it's a variety of ways. Probably 80% of the time, it's from a promo CD that goes out, but there's like 100 other ways that something can leak. So.
Let's see. Oh God. Is there anything else you kind of want to talk about, like with your job, like that maybe some like people don't know about, or most people don't know about?
Well, we could talk about what we look for in a band to sign. We could talk about that.
Oh yeah. I want to hear about like how like bands get signed and whatnot.
Definitely.
Yeah. So these days, it's harder and harder to like launch a career. So there are all these factors that go into consideration when we think about signing a band, or this is true for any record, well, not just us. But it's like some of it is just really banal because it's like Facebook followers and Twitter followers and stupid numbers like that. And that doesn't say anything about good music, you know. So, but those things contribute for sure, and they contribute because the people that order records and the people that order CDs for stores, not customers, but like the middle people, and the people that license music for TV shows or film, they do look at those numbers and they matter to them. So if you want to make money, stuff like that is important. And I think for me, and probably most independent labels, what's important to see is the band or the musician out there working hard? Are they good? Are they working hard? Are they touring? Are they doing everything that they can without a label? And in some ways, the kind of people you want to sign are the people that almost don't need a label, because they're doing it most of the work themselves. So.
Oh, okay. Franny from our chat is asking if any new artists are in the pipeline for AK in the very near future. Anyone you can tell us about yet?
Well, right now we're focusing entirely on Carrie and Lowell, so it's basically all Sufjan all the time. So we haven't even thought about what happens after this record.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I guess
another.
Before we.
Oh.
Is another? Okay.
Yeah. Wait, I can't understand this question. Never mind. It's an incomplete question.
Let's
keep
see.
going. Sorry.
Okay, actually, I want to ask you this. Let's see. Right now, like the main platform for releasing music online right now is iTunes. With iTunes, I think I hope iTunes starts to die out a bit more. That we have like websites like Bandcamp, which are a lot more customizable, I would say, than iTunes. Or iTunes, there's more money to be made with Bandcamp. iTunes you get more mainstream exposure, but I think with Bandcamp, it seems like the good mixture of like everything you kind of want with a like a platform release music. Like people can stream it for free, and they can buy it if they want to. They can buy it. You can set like a price, whatever you want. And I've had rarely any problems with Bandcamp. Like, let's see, what are the platforms that Sufan's gonna release the new album on? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, so we're doing it iTunes, of course. I mean, pretty much everywhere where you can buy music. But we're doing Bandcamp as well, and I think that we helped contribute to Bandcamp's success by doing All Delighted People through them. We just turned it on that Friday in 2010, and so I think that brought a lot of exposure to Bandcamp, and I'm glad that happened because Bandcamp they're a great company, they're great people, they care about the artists. So I'm super happy with Bandcamp. It's a really small slice of the pie. iTunes is pretty huge, and one of the good things about iTunes is they have editorial curation. So it's not like some other music services which are almost algorithm generated. There are human beings on the other side of iTunes who decide what goes up front, and when it does, it helps sales out. So iTunes is good for us too, and I'm happy with it, even though it's had downsides. But so does Bandcamp too. Bandcamp isn't easy for labels to use all the time, so it's more artist driven.
Mm-hmm. All right, because I actually didn't know that you guys contributed some of their early success. Because I do see a number of independent artists I know use Bandcamp as a way to I agree it's very artist focused, because I know like a lot of like independent artists who aren't on any labels use Bandcamp to release their music, and it's an easy way to kind of it's an easy way for fans to be able to donate to music. Also, like if an artist wants to release it for free, but at the same time it's like, well, maybe I could try to earn a little bit of money off this at the same time, but I want to be able to give it for free. It's sort of like a way for fans to go to actually like really support the artist. Because I've seen a couple of those crowdfunding ish sites lately. Of course, it popped up. Patreon's very big, Kickstarter's very big, all this sort of stuff. It's very interesting to kind of see where kind of the music industry is going when in terms of like how it releases music. Because we were kind of talking earlier about like surprise releases and just sort of like trying to combat leaks and whatnot.
Wait, what was that? You cut out at that last part. What was that, Matt?
I was just saying that it's sort of like there's all these new platforms releasing music now. It's sort of very interesting. Like I do wonder what you think the future is for releasing music. Do you think it's there's going to be more platforms? Do you think certain platforms are going to die out? Stuff like that.
I don't know. I mean, I think music's just going to continue to disperse, and so I don't think the downloads are down, streaming is up, but there's 1,000 other ways people are listening to music now. I mean, YouTube is one way, but there's just so many different ways to listen to music that it's hard. If anybody thinks they can predict where music is going to be in like 5 years, they're wrong. Like that's probably not what it's going to be. So.
Mm-hmm. Because I do remember back in the 90s, everyone was freaking out about like Napster and whatnot. Like, oh god, it's the death of the music industry. Which, I mean, if they actually like, I do remember it. Like, I think I watched a documentary about Napster, and it's like if the music industry actually worked with Napster and worked out some sort of agreement, instead of Lars Ulrich taking them to court and whatnot. Like, I think they could have done something. But like once they shut down like Napster, they kind of changed Napster from this way to release free music. It sort of opened the flood doors. And all these like new platforms where downloading music sort of came out from it. Like there's so many now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish that the music industry, and some people did. I mean, I remember Moby doing something with Napster early on, and it's just, yeah. But it's easier now. I mean, with stuff like Bandcamp, it's easier now than ever to get money to the artist and to support it. So in some way, you can choose your level of support. Like if you just want to if you want to download it for free, you can find ways to do that. If you want to listen to it on Spotify, you can do that. And if you want to buy it on iTunes, you can. And if you're walking a record store and buy a vinyl, that's kind of the penultimate way to own a piece to actually own the record. So there's just so many ways to buy the record now. I think that's good for people. So
yeah, having a lot of options is really good, and also it's also pretty. I think this new sort of wave. I think it's also very good for independent artists because back in the day there really was only very limited ways you could release music, and certain retailers went it's like, oh you can't release this record, but now you can put your stuff up on iTunes, Spotify, all this stuff where I think independent artists can thrive. But also there's the issue with leaks. It's sort of like where there's one way it goes up and then it kind of goes back down because of all the leaks and whatnot. Well, there's more platforms to release your music. There's also more ways that people can pirate your music now, and it's sort of this weird paradigm right now in the music industry where I think there's certain artists who kind of realize I'm not going to earn that much of money, and they kind of. I think touring and merchandise is pretty big. You see a lot of artists they're workhorses when it comes to touring. You just see St. Vincent, who is one of my favorite artists. She's been touring fucking crazy for her new album, and it's just sort of I guess let's see. I imagine is Sufjan going to be touring like crazy for this next album?
Yeah, he'll be probably touring for the whole rest of this year for sure, and even into next year. So. Mm-hmm.
Because she's been touring it for nearly two. I think it's coming on a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and speaking of Annie, Annie used to be in Sufjan's band back in 2006, I think, for his touring band.
Yep.
Also, someone it was his name Bryce from the National, I believe. Or is it someone else from the National?
I think it's Bryce. I think they're the ones who are super tight.
Mm-hmm. I remember in an interview that
I think the trombonist. They're good friends for sure. Sufjan and most of the guys, all the guys in the National, Sufjan hangs out with them and used to live not far from them as well. But I don't think that the National guys ever actually played in Sufjan's band. But I could be wrong. I know the trombonist that has toured with the National, he has played for Sufjan, and there's a lot of kind of crossover there. So S. Carey, for example, who plays a lot of there, he's touring with Sufjan this next go round. And then I think Colin Stetson is the saxophonist, he's toured with Sufjan. So anyway, there's all this kind of crossover.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think does anyone else have anything they want to talk about?
I'm so tired, and this has been an adventure.
Yeah. We apologize, John, for this being a huge disaster.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Because I think it's just if it was a normal podcast and we were more prepared, I think it would have been fine. But live streaming's a fucking bitch. We've learned today.
We'll see if we'll do it again.
I guess someone's asking the stream. If I bought the record during the ticket pre-order, I assume it's not on clear vinyl.
It's not. It's black. Yep.
Black vinyl. All right. So yeah.
So I have a giveaway too, right?
Oh yeah, the giveaway.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, guys. So
John.
Okay, we're gonna be doing this for the Reddit thread instead of the Twitch chat, so we give the people who are who listen to this late a bit of a chance. So where do you want to give away, John?
Well, how about a choice of either, and I'll have to get somebody's physical mailing address on this one so that they can just PM me on Reddit, but we can do like a pick a recent Asthmatic Kitty release LP. So if it were up to me, I'd do a lot of Negro. His last record is amazing, but it could be Linda Per Hacks or Lily Malins or My Brother Stuff or whatever. The Rafter Reggae album was really good too, by the way. And so anyway, yeah, whatever recent Asthmatic Kitty LP that they want. Yeah.
Can I get in on that too? Is that something I can
contest?
do?
Yes.
If you win, you have to win first.
Yeah, we'll let John decide the winner. So
I think I'm pretty much a shoe-in for the victory.
So yeah, in the Reddit thread to decide the winner. Let's see, how do you guys want to decide the winner? Do we want to do it where give the best head related rating system to the new Sufon Sting?
Okay, let's do a head-related rating of this podcast, of the streaming experiment.
Yes, the street of shitty podcasting head review.
I give this a strong no, a very strong no nod, just like really strong, just sort of like a child, like like they cross their arms and they give like a little pouty face, and then whenever, it's like their parents like eat your broccoli, and they're just like no. That's my rating for this streaming experience.
Yep. So John,
you were a great visitor.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thank you for coming on, John.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Check the thread whenever you want to see. We'll post the podcast, and Matty will do a thread, and whenever that's there, you can see who's the winner. You can choose whoever you want.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry that we weren't very organized, but
no, it was great. Thanks, guys.
All right, so yeah, that's about it for the Indieheads podcast this week, guys. Hope you guys.
There's things I enjoy more on the subreddit than seeing your little Asthmatic Kitty flare pop up. I'm like, oh, Nick, that guy actually works somewhere important. He's relevant. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of us that man the Asthmatic Kitty Reddit, but it's great. I think it's great to be able to connect with people that aren't douchebags. Like
wait, I have a question. I don't. This might have been asked. Might not have been paying attention. But like, do you guys have an office? Like, do you guys have a building, like a little site where you guys all go in and hang out? And you're like walking around. You're like, hey, artist that signs the label, and he's like getting coffee, kind of like the Sports Center commercials. Is there anything like that? Is that like
but we do have a couple. There's actually we have a house in Lander, Wyoming, which is a 6,000 person town, and then I maintain an office here in Indianapolis, which is right across from where Joyful Noise's offices are. So, and there's a promoter with some offices there. So it does kind of feel like, hey, how's it going? Oh, pretty good. It's kind of like another day at the office.
So it's mostly like an internet kind of thing, where you guys each are stationed somewhere and you guys like connect over the internet, or?
Yeah. I think one of the Asthmatic Kitty employees is on the Twitch. I think I won't pick him out. He's welcome to identify himself. But yeah, so there's several of us around the country, and we all we use Slack a lot to communicate, and also this thing called email. So
that's
true.
So
that's actually pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I always assumed it was like one big sitcom, like The Office, and then
yeah, that'd be a real boring sitcom. Thank you guys for being active and listening to music, critiquing it and liking it and not liking it. That's all super important, and I do appreciate all the love you guys bring to independent music.
Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna check out more of the stuff on your label, because I admit I'm a plebeian. I didn't the only artist I really know from Asthmatic Kitty is definitely Sufjan. So if you could give me like the 5 artists you think are most essential, other than CPN, to your label, I'll check out their albums. I might buy them. Just if you can give me that list right before we go, just like say it right now.
Yeah.
Give a little rundown, because I'm actually really interested. So
I'll put it in the Twitch. Okay.
wait.
Castanets
We got
is
a
great.
question in the chat. There's a question
Yeah,
in the Twitch
Castanets.
chat. Wait.
Okay.
Should we ask?
All right.
Say, this guy has a question,
Oh my
and
God, Jarvis, just say the question.
Yeah, hurry up, say the question, please. Okay, what do you want, Jarvis?
is Matty
yes,
listening?
I'm listening. Yes, I'm listening. You
Jarvis, you're
stupid
useless.
idiot. God damn, it's my friends from Kanye to the forums. Fucking
Okay.
hell.
You actually
Okay,
go on.
let's.
Yes, I go on the Kanye West forums. Just because, again, I hate it though.
I don't even go on the Kanye West forums.
They are pretty bad though. Even though I mean, I like going on there, but you have to like you have to avoid certain areas because it's just like.
Okay, should we? end this?
Someone's calling you a bloke.
He's British. I
They tell you to do your
assume.
homework, Jeremiah. oh God
right,
damn it!
so-
Even when I'm in the fucking, he wants my government plates license. No, Jarvis, you're not getting my
can't believe you
government
just
plates
got
license.
people.
It is mine, you stupid fuck.
I'm
Get out of
sorry.
here.
Okay, I think we
God,
should.
I'm sorry that.
You should probably stop now.
Probably now. But
Yeah.
actually, real fast, I want to hear your top 5 artists from Asthmatic
yeah.
Kitty. If you could say it out loud, that might be good. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
The top 5? Oh, I can't do that because they're all.
Or just like 5 essential ones. I don't know.
I mean, that's like.
Who do you like? Who do you think I should listen to? I'm not super big on like noise rock stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not like big on harder stuff. So
Here's what we. Yeah, okay. I think Helado Negro, his sound, a lot of people don't like. If you see him on tour, or if you have the chance, you go see him. He's great, and his music will be bigger when the rest of the world catches up to what he does. Like it's not weird or anything like that, but it's just that kind of electronic music that he's building is so rich and deep, but it's heavily influenced by his Ecuadorian upbringing. I think the world will just come around to it. So Helado Negro is a great person to check out. I think Linda Perhack's record last year, I've been listening to that again, and it's just beautiful. She holds the world record for longest time between album releases, so it's 44 years. She put out a record in the 60s. It totally bombed, but it got picked up by Daft Punk. In like 2003, they sampled it. It's an album called Parallelogram. She put out her record last year, which is The Soul of All Natural Things, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Like if you like folk music, it has nothing to do with noise, but it's really, really good.
What's her name again?
My Brightest Diamond is great. Last record, Linda Perhack.
Okay.
Linda Perhack. Okay. Yeah, I don't like noise. Ethan likes noise. I don't.
I do.
So
Okay.
yeah, so those are some good ones. We have like 15 other pretty active artists.
Yeah, I'll
Those-
have to
those
check
kind
it
of
out.
fun.
Thank you very, very much for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you
it's
very,
been
very
great.
much for doing everything.
All
I
right.
had a blast.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's about it for the r/Indieheads podcast this week, guys. Sorry for the disaster this was. If you're listening to the audio version, so yeah, anyone want to say anything?
The chat is surprisingly cancerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're not from r/Indieheads. Because I posted it in other places and they're fucking idiots.
Oh my God. Why did you?
I wanted to promote it, Jeremiah.
Can I? I'm going to shout out Urbanite London for being a good listener and for being very polite. I've just noticed that throughout the chat. He's been very nice and polite.
Yeah, shout out to Urbanite London. You're cool. Also, shout out to Frankie Frou-Frou, who's also very cool. But
Yeah.
if your name is Nos, Jarvis, and Feng, you guys suck. Sorry. So yeah, that's about it for the Artists and podcast this week. Thanks for coming, John, and see you guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Take care.
Hello, once again, this is Ethan. I just wanted to let you know that while Matty did not say the song of the week, that we still do have a song of the week. And that song is the new Surf Jan Stevens single. Nice alliteration there, Ethan. No Shade in the Shadow of the Cross. It's a nice song. Yeah, I hope that podcast I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I think it was fun to make. It was a bit hard to make, but it was fun at the same time as it was hard. I want to apologize for calling someone a male who was a female. That's bad of me. I should not assume gender. That's always a really bad thing to do, and rude and inconsiderate. So if you're listening, I am sorry. And I already apologized to you on the Twitch chat, so I'm probably apologizing too much. I do that sometimes. This is probably getting too personal. I'm tired. I shouldn't keep talking. I'm going to plug my blog. My blog is soundimplosion.blogspot.com. That is soundimplosion.blogspot.com. It's the same stuff we talk about on r/Indieheads. You guys should check it out. I would like more viewers. I get a decent amount of viewers, but I would always like more. Okay, enjoy Surf Jam. Surf Jam. I don't know how to say it. I'm not going to pretend to know. It's this guy we talked about a lot on the podcast. Enjoy his song. Thanks.